Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're unlocking an absolute superpower hidden right inside your computer. Imagine for a second having an invisible, incredibly fast digital assistant sitting right next to you. You talk, and it perfectly controls your entire Windows 11 environment. Well, that is exactly what Windows 11 Voice Access gives you. Our focus today is completely practical. We're going to look at how to use these tools to command your computer entirely by voice, eliminate unnecessary clicking, and truly make your life so much easier. Just think about the sheer physical friction we put up with every single day. Reaching for the mouse, moving it all the way across the desk, hunting for tiny little icons, typing out long sentences, and, risking wrist strain. What if you could bypass all of that without lifting a single finger? Framing voice access as just an accessibility tool really misses the bigger picture. It is the ultimate solution for hands-free productivity. Whether you're holding a cup of coffee, nursing an injury, or simply trying to work at the speed of thought, voice control bridges that gap between what you want to do and your screen. So here is our game plan for today. Activating voice control, managing apps hands-free, dictating and editing text, navigating with show numbers, and finally, pro tips for precision. Let's dive right in with Section 1, Activating Voice Control, the on-off switch. Okay, the very first thing you need to know is how to control the controller. You obviously don't want your computer listening to your phone calls or your conversations with coworkers, right? You turn your invisible assistant on by simply saying, "Voice access wake up," or unmute. This instantly activates the microphone and puts it right into listening mode. When you need a little privacy or just want to pause, you just say, "Voice access sleep," or mute. This puts the mic into a dormant state where it won't capture your speech at all. It's a super simple, reliable toggle that puts you completely in charge of when your computer acts on your words. Moving right along to Section 2, Managing Apps Hands-Free, your digital arsenal. This brilliantly illustrates the sheer speed you can achieve. Picture executing all of this in a single breath without touching your mouse once. Open Word. Open Claude. Switch to Word. Maximize window. Close Word. Boom. You just launched applications, brought specific windows right to the front, resized them, and shut them down, all with a few crisp commands. By keeping an energetic staccato pace like that, you can effortlessly reorganize your entire digital desktop and get right into your workflow completely hands-free. All right, Section 3, Dictating and Editing Text, Writing Without Hands. Now, what's really interesting here is how natural the editing process becomes. It's not just about dictating text, it's about fixing it on the fly. If you need to highlight something, you literally just say select previous word. If you want to remove it, say delete. Formatting is as easy as saying new paragraph. And if you ever need to hit a specific key, just say press enter or press backspace. But I gotta say the absolute game changer here is fixing errors. If the system mishears you, you don't need to grab the mouse. Just say correct followed by the word. It instantly opens a list of suggestions to fix that specific misheard word. It is incredibly effortless. And beyond just editing text, navigating long documents or web pages becomes a total breeze. You can say scroll down or scroll right to smoothly move your view. If you are reading a massive article or trying to navigate a messy draft, commands like go to top, go to end of document, or go to start of sentence instantly teleport your cursor exactly where you need it. Think of the massive amounts of time and repetitive scrolling you save just by telling your computer where to jump to. Which brings us to Section 4. Navigating with show numbers, the ultimate magic trick. We have reached what I consider the climax of our progression today, introducing one of the most uniquely powerful tools built into Windows 11. So here's the crucial points. Not everything on the internet or in your apps has a clear, easy-to-read text label. Sometimes a button is just a weird little icon or a graphic. Voice Access solves this brilliantly with the show numbers command. When you say this, Windows scans the active window and places a temporary numbered tag over every single interactive element. It completely bypasses the need for buttons to have text labels. You just read the number out loud and your computer knows exactly what you want to click. Let's slow down a bit to see exactly how this builds into a seamless 4-part process. I really want you to completely absorb these mechanics. Step 1, make sure your mic is actually on by saying unmute. Step 2, trigger the overlay, say show numbers to see everything, or show numbers here to focus only on your current window. Instantly, little boxes appear everywhere. Step 3, identify your target. Find the number sitting right on top of that tricky icon you want. Step 4, execute. Just say the number, like 5, or say click 5. You can even say right-click 5 or double-click 5. It really is that simple. Oh, and a super quick trick to keep your workspace clean and distraction-free. Normally, once you interact with an item, the numbers magically disappear on their own. But if you trigger the numbers and suddenly change your mind, you can manually clear your screen. Just say hide numbers or simply cancel, and poof, the overlay entirely vanishes. All right, final stop. Section 5, Pro Tips for Precision, Mastering the Details. To finish up our Jedi training, let's look at advanced techniques that handle those tricky, hyper-specific situations on your screen. First up is dealing with duplicate names. Have you ever been on an email or a web page where there are like 2 buttons that both say send or 2 that say submit? If you just say click send, Windows is incredibly smart. It won't get confused. Instead, it automatically assigns a tiny number to each of those duplicate buttons on the fly. It essentially asks you, which one did you mean? You just say the number of the one you intended, and it clicks it without missing a beat. Second is a really neat taskbar trick. We all have our essential go-to apps pinned directly to the bottom of our screen. Well, you don't have to use the general numbers command for the whole screen if you just want to open one of those. By using the highly specific command show numbers on taskbar, the overlay targets only that bottom strip. It is a massive time saver for rapidly launching or switching between your most crucial applications while totally ignoring the rest of your messy desktop. Finally, let's contrast our 2 main overlay tools, Show Numbers versus Show Grid. Show Numbers is absolutely perfect for standard buttons and icons. But what if a button is so ridiculously small that it doesn't even trigger a number box? That is where Show Grid comes in. This is literally your ultimate precision sniper tool. It overlays a 1 through 9 grid over your entire screen. You say the number of the quadrant your target is in, and the grid instantly shrinks and zooms in on that section, giving you a new 1 through 9 grid. You just keep doing this until your cursor is hovering precisely over that microscopic target, and then you say click. And there you have it. You've officially graduated from basic dictation to complete, granular control of your entire computer. Think about how much time, friction, and physical strain you are going to save now that you can effortlessly command your digital workspace entirely with your voice. Whether you're flying through documents, managing apps, or pinpointing tiny little icons, you have the ultimate invisible assistant right at your fingertips, or rather, right at the tip of your tongue. So, what workflow are you going to automate first? Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and happy hands-free computing.